Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I have a pick a card reading for you, and the question that we're going to be asking is, what is the truth of this situation? Now, I recorded a video like this a couple weeks ago, and it was in relation to like work, career, purpose. This one is going to be in relation to love. So what is the truth of this love situation? So we have 3 piles here. This is going to be pile number 1, 2, and 3. So take a deep breath in and out. Ground and center yourself. And choose the pile of cards that you feel the most intuitively drawn to. And let's get started. For those of you that felt drawn to pile number 1, this is your reading. So first of all, we have the Get Grounded card here. We also have the Forest card here, which kind of, usually I think just because of the green color, reminds me of like grounding. But it can also be about like deepening your breath, slowing things down a little bit, kind of remaining in the moment, staying in the moment. And grounding yourself can be helpful with that as well. So the first piece of advice for this group is just to slow down, ground yourself, make sure that you're remaining in the present moment. Take some time out in nature to breathe, to meditate, to put your feet in the grass or the dirt, or you know, just getting into your body, allowing your energy to ground into Mother Earth. Now, we have the Ace of Winter card here. We also have the 8 of Winter, the 4 of Autumn. We have the Butterfly Spirit, and it says transformation is beautiful. And we also have the Dragonfly Spirit, and it says emergence. So for this group, I'm feeling as though you have not been focused on love recently. I'm feeling like there's just been other things kind of going on in your life, and you just you simply haven't had the time, is what I'm hearing. So you just simply have not had the time to focus on love, focus on finding a relationship, to focus your energy and attention on another person, because all of that energy and attention has been focused on something else, on yourself, on your career, on just things going on in your life. I'm feeling as though that kind of period is ending for you, though. You're starting to realize that something that I'm feeling for this group is you're kind of starting to realize that, like, what's a life if I don't have someone to share it with? Now, that might not resonate with anyone, but that's what I'm feeling for this group. Some people are perfectly content and fine being single, or, you know, just not being in a committed relationship, and that's totally fine. No shame, no judgment, nothing like that. However, I think that you, pile 1, thought that that's what you wanted. You thought you wanted to be independent. You thought you wanted to live your life on your own, be by yourself, not really worried about being in a relationship. And you're kind of realizing, like, well, I want someone to share my life with, whether, you know, the good, the bad. I want someone there by my side. And so I think that it's important for you to know that the truth is, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to decide. Okay, something else that I'm picking up on, after I said it's okay to change your mind, I was picking up on this scenario of, like, you have always maybe been a person who is very vocal about being single or independent, doing things by yourself. Like, you've always been like, you know, screw whatever, screw men, screw women, screw relationships. I'm single, I'm independent, I'm strong, I'm fierce, I'm fabulous, kind of like that energy. You're just like, I don't need anyone. And you've been very vocal about that. You've been like a champion for singlehood, a champion for single life. And I think you're kind of afraid to change because of the perceptions of others. Like, you're afraid that your friends or people around you are going to be like, well, you were always that single person who said they would never get in a relationship, and what, now you're looking for a relationship? Like, you're afraid of what other people are gonna think about this change of heart that you've had. And the butterfly spirit is here to remind you that transformation is beautiful, and that, you know, we're constantly changing and evolving and growing, and you're just emerging into this new period of your life where this is what you're ready for, and that's okay. I'm feeling as though there's a need to take your time, and just kind of, you know, take your time with this concept, this idea of like, maybe I do want someone in my life. I'm not seeing, there's not a lot of relationship or love energy here in the cards that we have so far. So what I'm feeling more is like you're going through an internal change where you're starting to open up to the idea of love and relationships. And so that's kind of the energy that's here. I am going to shuffle some more cards and get some more information, but for right now, I'm just seeing like, this is just you kind of sitting with your change of heart, and you kind of sitting with these new ideas of, well, maybe I do want a relationship. Yeah, you're just kind of sitting with that because it's a very brand new idea for you. It's a brand new concept, and you're kind of trying to wrap your mind around, okay, what is my life going to look like if I do open it up to a romantic partner? What will that look like for the two of us? How will we build a life together? That kind of thing. So you're kind of just starting to envision that and imagine what that might be like, because for so long you've been imagining and envisioning what your life looked like or was going to look like for you being single. So you're kind of just wrapping your own head around that, and it's okay if you don't want to share that with others right now. If you do, that's okay as well. You know, just let these people around you know, like, it's okay to have a change of heart. I changed my mind. I'm allowed to do that. Just gonna shuffle some more cards here. We're gonna get some more information from Spirit. So Spirit, what is the truth of this love situation? I think you might have thought that you had to choose one thing or the other. Like, you might have thought, okay, I'm a career person. I want to chase my career. I'm such a go-getter. I have to choose between love and career. And you're now realizing that you can actually choose both. This is very interesting. We have the Eight of Winter and Eight of Swords is the same card in two different decks. So it's this idea of feeling trapped. And it's this idea of like mentally being trapped. But with this emergence card here, this dragonfly card, it's like you're coming out of that is what I'm feeling. You're not feeling trapped by your thoughts anymore. I think you had like a mindset, thoughts and beliefs that made you feel trapped. Like maybe, okay, this is something that I'm picking up on. So let's say you thought, I need to focus on my career. All of my attention has to go to my career. I have to choose love or career, and I choose career. And let's say you met someone who made you want to be in a relationship, or who you really cared about. You really, you know, got on well with each other. You really hit it off, whatever it is. And so, but you're like, no, I can't go there. I cannot go there. I have to chase my career. And it left you feeling like, honestly, terrible. It left you feeling like this, like life shouldn't be like this. I shouldn't have to choose between my heart's desires in my career and my heart's desires in love. I should be able to have both. Like, you realize that belief that you were holding was trapping you and keeping you stuck from feeling joy and fulfillment in all areas of your life. Like, you've decided now that you want well-rounded fulfillment. You want fulfillment and joy in career, in love, in friendships, in everything. And so you're coming out of this mindset because you're like, I'm trapping myself with my own thoughts and my own beliefs. Yeah, and you're kind of just looking towards the future and looking at a life that you can create with someone else and what that's going to look like. And I think that is a really smart thing to do. So that's kind of the guidance, is that So first of all, the truth of this situation is that you're changing your mind. You're allowed to change your mind. It's perfectly okay. And the guidance is to just kind of wrap your own head around, well, what does my life look like when I have everything going for me? Because you've imagined that perfect career, that ultimate success. So now it's time to picture and imagine and daydream and manifest a life where you have it all, and you're building a life with another person. And what does that look like? What is that ultimate joy and fulfillment and happiness where you have it all? You've built this beautiful life that you can share with someone else. I think that's really important to you. I think it's really important to you to have someone, especially just with this 8 of Pentacles here. You have a lot of 8s, first of all. So what that tells me is you want someone who's in it for the long haul. You don't want to date around. You want to find someone who you can build a life with, who's going to be around forever. You're like, I only want to do this once. I'm not going to, you know, invest all of my time and my emotions and my energy into a love situation unless it's going to be for the long haul. I want to build a life with someone. I want someone who it feels like we're working together. We're life partners. We're both building a career, building a family, building a beautiful relationship. It's just this like really balanced energy that you're looking for in a relationship where you're just equals. You're it's like power couple kind of energy here. You want it all, and you want someone else who wants it all. So yeah, just focus your attention on that, because I think that sometimes desires are placed in our hearts and minds for a reason. And I'm kind of feeling or suspecting like the reason your heart is opening up and your mind is opening up to the idea of love is because it's time and you're ready for it. And so, yeah, it's just about, like I said, getting your mind wrapped around this idea of opening yourself up to another person, because again, we don't have any cups energy here. So I'm feeling like, you know, you might be an air sign, you might have a lot of air in your charts, or an earth sign. There's just this feeling of like, you've just been so closed off emotionally. And so for you, because you're such a mental person, you have to wrap your mind around it first before you can kind of get your heart to follow suit. It's your heart that has been, you know, guiding you and telling you, okay, I think we're ready for this, but it's now time for your mind to kind of open up to this idea. So give yourself time to just open up to this idea, and to dream of the absolute best case scenario, you know, envision the person that builds that career with you or has a strong career like you do. Imagine that person who you've built this beautiful life, this beautiful family, this beautiful relationship with, and just continue to sit in that, and think about that and sit with it. So I hope that that reading resonates and was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you that felt drawn to pile number 2, this is your reading. So immediately with all of these cards, I'm getting a energy of like, things are just feeling like heavy on you, heavy on your heart, heavy on your shoulders. There's a lot of density here. And immediately the kind of guidance that I heard for this group was, you're just taking this way too seriously. We have the Sandpiper spirit here, and it says be playful. It's the number 51. 5 and 1 is 6. 6 to me is in the traditional tarot deck is the Lover's card, and it's a happy, joyful, loving card. It's about you know, choices and making choices from the heart. And so with the Sandpiper spirit card, it's saying be playful. I'm just feeling as though we have the 10 of Spring card here. This is the 10 of Wands in the traditional tarot, and typically this is depicted by a man. He has 10 wands stacked on his back, and he's like struggling to carry them all. We also have the autumnal equinox card, and it says release. So with these two cards here, I'm feeling like you're holding on to you're carrying too much baggage. I don't know if you're carrying someone else's baggage, like you are trying to make something work in a relationship where you feel like they have too much baggage, or that maybe you feel like you have too much baggage. That might be it. That might be, okay, so it's either you feel like you are trying to make it work with someone, but they're not dealing with their own baggage and you feel like you're carrying it for them and that feels heavy and burdensome. Or you feel like whatever has happened in your past, or for whatever reason, you feel like you have too much baggage. And so there's this fear of letting people see that baggage, bringing that baggage into a relationship. There's just this like, yeah, I'm feeling this need for you to like reclaim your power. I think you're disempowering yourself with this idea of like, I have too much baggage, I can't, or so yeah. So if you are that group, the group that thinks I have too much baggage, you need to release that because you're disempowering yourself. With the Mountain card here, it says strength. And I'm feeling like that, like you need to realize that we all have baggage. We all have our own shit. Nobody's perfect. And so it's really important for you to stop looking at yourself as baggage. That's awful. You can offer so much more to any situation than just the baggage. Like you bring so much more to the table. And so it's time to let go of that idea that you just carry too much baggage, and just let it go. You're really being guided and encouraged to release it. Now, if you're the other group, if you feel like you are working with someone else who, or in a relationship with someone else who isn't dealing with their own baggage, there may be a need to release this person. Do what resonates, follow your heart. With the Six of Winter card here, I am seeing, it says positive changes are on the way, a welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. So there could be some baggage related to that. I'm getting a lot of messages for this group. You may feel as though you're burdened because you're having to travel or relocate, or you want to in order to be with someone, is something else that I'm picking up on. Like you're feeling this burden of like, I want to be with this person, but they are over there, and so I have to pick up my whole life and go be with them. If that's not the case, if it has to do with like you or your partner carrying a lot of baggage, I'm seeing that kind of being lifted. There might be some financial issues here. Those are going to be resolved. We have the 10 of Autumn card here. It says, take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones. The 10 of Autumn is the 10 of Pentacles in the traditional tarot, and it's just a card of like abundance, prosperity. And then we also have the Trust Your Path card here, and it says, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So for any of the scenarios that I have mentioned, the guidance for you is just to trust yourself and trust your path and stop making it seem like it's such a big deal. So if you're in the first group where you think I have too much baggage, let that go. Be playful. Trust that everything's going to work out for you. If there was a person on this planet who was your soulmate, who, like, best case scenario, you met someone, things went well, they didn't care about your baggage, they had their own, but you also complimented each other so well, you just had an excellent relationship, like what would you do if that were the case, if your baggage did not stand in your way? And when I say your baggage, this is your, like, I'm not saying that you have baggage, I'm saying you think you do. And so if that didn't stand in your way, if you could just be playful and joyful and have fun, what would you do? Would you go out and date? Would you pursue a relationship with this person? Same thing. If you are in a relationship with someone who you feel they have too much baggage and you're tired of carrying it and you're afraid of telling them or ending the relationship, again, don't take more of a lighthearted approach is what I'm hearing. So if it feels right for you to end things, what's the worst that could happen? If you were fully supported in that, what's the best case scenario? Or just start to imagine the best case scenario. Again, if you feel like you want to travel and relocate to be with this person that you care about, and it wasn't such a scary, terrifying decision, and the best case scenario happened, what would you do? What would you do if you were fully supported? That's kind of the guidance here, is like, don't sit with this heavy energy anymore. Let it go. Empower yourself to make a decision, knowing that you're fully supported in doing so. And be playful and lighthearted about it. Like, don't take life so seriously. I know, like, life can be tough. I know it. And I'm not downplaying that whatsoever, but I think that you are holding on to it too much, and you don't even realize how supported you are, financially and otherwise. And so you just need to know that the universe supports you. Everything's going to be okay. Just let go of this heavier, dense energy, and be playful and light, and have fun with life. Have fun with your love life. I'm going to pull some more cards here. We're going to get some more information. Pile number 2. We have the 8 of Wands. We have the 7 of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Cups. So this is an excellent sign in a love reading. Everything's going to be okay. You're feeling stuck. You're feeling trapped by decisions. These 2 cards here came out in the last pile, and I think that's really interesting. So I'm just getting this feeling of like you're feeling trapped between making a decision, or you're just feeling trapped in some way. And there's just no need. There's no need for that. The situation is resolving itself. It's just about you getting your energy right. You're going to have a new perspective coming in, where you're feeling a lot better about the situation. So just allow yourself to explore other ideas and perspectives. I think maybe you've been replaying in your mind this idea of like, you've been replaying the same situation over and over again in your head, and it's not helping you. It's just going to help you to make a decision. Whatever it is, just make the decision. Just empower yourself by making the decision, and decide that that's my decision. My decision's final. I'm not going back on it. And once you make that decision, once you shift your energy in that way, new ideas are going to come in, just new ways of thinking, new ways of feeling, new solutions, positive solutions. We have the 2 of Cups again that came out. Also, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit card. With this card, I'm feeling like, do you see how the Hermit, he's holding the lantern? I feel like I'm feeling the sense of like your path is guided. Like you can maybe only see a couple steps ahead of you, but your path is guided. Everything is going to turn out okay, but it's really important for you to get out of this heavy, sad feeling. Do something that's going to empower yourself. Do something that's going to make you feel good. Make a decision. Make it final. So I hope that this reading resonates and was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you that felt drawn to pile number 3, this is your reading. So for this group, I'm feeling a new love situation unfolding. We have the love card here. We also have the lotus flower card here, and it says unfoldment. This one says compassion. We have the porcupine spirit. It says time for a beginner mind. We have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? We have the unity card, the 6 of autumn, and the prince of summer. This card says falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. I'm just feeling this new, it's like new, fresh love. This could be multiple situations. This could be you're in a relationship and your relationship is entering a new phase, a new period. It's having its own like rebirth, renewal. This could be, you're entering into a relationship. Maybe you've been single for a while, or you've recently ended a relationship and you're coming into a new one. This could be a situation where you're reconnecting with someone perhaps. But with the answer the call here, it says, what is your soul calling you to do? I'm feeling just this really beautiful energy of like following your heart, following your soul, trusting yourself, and like just throwing yourself into this beautiful energy. We have with the Unity card here, it says compare traditional versus new approaches to see what works for you. That's the sentence that's really sticking out to me on that card. And so what I'm feeling is there may be a need to kind of take lessons that you've learned in the past from past relationships, and to kind of blend them seamlessly with this new relationship. With the Six of Autumn card here, what I'm feeling with this card is like it's this energy of like love love and like balance and like just really what's the word, it's like you complement each other so well. The relationship is just like, it's not one-sided, it's just very balanced. You're both putting equal effort into it. You're both taking it like equally as seriously. You're just both building it. You're both wanting to build it. You're just taking it seriously. There might be a person coming in who is just going to sweep you off your feet. This might be unexpected. You didn't expect yourself to be falling for someone. And so, but it's just this, it's just this energy of like being swept up off your feet. With the porcupine spirit, it says time for a beginner mind. So the guidance here is to, while it's important to learn from the past and learn from your past relationships, make sure that you're not having those past relationships cloud this new one. Take the lessons, take whatever valuable and important information from those experiences that you need and that will benefit you, but don't let it clear your judgment. Don't let it taint this new relationship. Go in with a new, fresh mind, knowing it's a fresh start, it's a new beginning, and it has the potential to be really beautiful and unfold into something really special. So I'm gonna pull some more cards here. We're gonna get some more information. Pile number 3. What is the truth of this love situation? I'm feeling, okay. I'll get to that in a second. What I was feeling when I was shuffling the cards was like, you might be in a relationship where things have been rocky, or like there might have been some mistakes from the past. The guidance was to focus on the love, focus on how much you love each other and the compassion that you have for each other. It's kind of like this fresh slate, fresh start where you're like, you know what, none of that matters. All that matters is how much I love you. All that matters is the love that we have for each other. And with the 3 of Wands here, I'm feeling like you're just wanting to look forward. You're just wanting to move forward. So if this is a situation where this is someone who is not new, even if it is someone who's new, it's like you just want to move forward. You want a new, fresh beginning, a fresh start. You don't want to worry about any of the past and what went down. You just want to start new and fresh. There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of the Sun card. That's just such a beautiful energy. Just really light, joyful, fun energy here. Passion, romance. You might be able to expect a summer romance, a summer full of romance. That sounds fun. That sounds nice. Spirit, what else? The truth of this situation. 8 of Swords has come out in every other pile. 8 of Wands and the Hierophant. The Hierophant and the Unity card are the same card in 2 different decks. So, okay. With this card, I'm feeling like there might be a proposal for marriage. You might be attending a lot of weddings this summer. You might meet someone at a wedding, so you might go to someone else's wedding and you meet someone there who you end up really liking. Yeah, there's something about like weddings here. With these two cards, what I'm feeling for this group is like, again, just the importance of like knowing that you can free yourself by choosing love. And I know that might sound very like corny, but I'm just feeling like there's a need for you to let down your guard a little bit. I don't know if you're afraid to open up yourself to love or if you've been hurt in the past, but it's like there's just this need to follow your heart and to not be so afraid of letting your guard down. You might actually have a lot of people who are interested in you, attracted to you. You might feel like you are very attractive at this time and you're just kind of drawing in a lot of different people and you almost feel like you're fighting them off. It's kind of a funny energy, but that's just what I'm seeing with this Seven of Wands card here. We have Ten of Cups. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, there's so much happiness and fulfillment for you in love. So the guidance is just to follow your heart. There might be some sort of choice. This could be related to two different people. This could be related to, it could be like a head versus heart decision. I really think that with this reading, you're being encouraged to follow your heart. I think that your mind may have kind of left you feeling trapped. And so it's like, okay, we've tried that. We've tried following our mind, tried listening to logic, tried following logic. It hasn't worked. Let's try heart now. Let's see what happens when we surrender to our heart, when we surrender to love, surrender to compassion for ourselves, for others, when we open our hearts to forgiveness. If this is related to forgiveness, just know as well that you never have to forgive anyone for someone else. So this could just be about forgiving someone who they're not in your life anymore, but they're not holding that sort of, they're not living in your head rent-free. They're not, you're not focusing on them and replaying those situations and getting bitter and resentful all over again. You're forgiving, you're letting go, and you're allowing yourself to move on. Whether that's with the person or with someone completely new, with yourself, whatever it is, there's just this need for forgiveness. So allow forgiveness to flood your heart space, and choose love. That's the main message of this group. It's just very loving energy here with the love and compassion card that we had, with the rose quartz crystal, with the sun, with the Ten of Cups, with the lotus flower, this Prince of Autumn. It's just, there's so many indications of love being like you're surrounded by it. You're just absolutely surrounded by it. And I don't know if you're blocking yourself from it, but it's time to let it in. It's time to allow yourself to see the love that surrounds you, and to enjoy it. Open your heart. And yeah, I just keep hearing choose love, choose love. So that's the guidance for you. That is the truth of this situation, is you need to bring love and compassion into this situation. So I hope that this reading resonates and was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.